Please go wild and crazy him up to the stage. One about Jason Rutter!
So my name's Jason and I work in the dentistry department. It's just over the road. Everybody bloody loves dentists, don't they? But I'm not a dentist. I just work with dentists. I really can't hear you. So I just work with dentists. I'm a sociologist, which means I'm a proper academic, unlike my dentist colleagues. But it also means, unlike dentists, nobody loves me. And they mostly think I'm a psychologist. And the problem with sociologists, well, one of the many problems with sociologists, is it's very hard for them to be funny. Because we're trained in not seeing the bright side of life. We're trained in basically seeing inequality wherever we look. We're trained in seeing problems in the world. And basically we're trained to see that it's pretty shit out there. Even things like little fluffy kittens. As a sociologist, I know every single one of them is a judgmental little bastard. They're just these molting monsters that crap in your kitchen and have this strange fetish about watching you eat. I don't know. People go on about their little furry faces and the big eyes. They go on about their little kisses with the wet noses and their sandpaper tongues. But we all know what would happen if ever you collapsed alone with your kitten. It would be like, well, I could call the ambulance, but I've got no thumbs. Unless it's a polydactyl. And I'm a kitten. And you and I have some unfinished business. All about that dry food you've been giving me rather than the proper meaty stuff. So instead, I'm just going to eat your eyes. That's pretty much how sociologists see the world, through catch-scratched retinas. I'm a contract researcher, which is pretty much like being a normal researcher, but we get paid less and have no job security. So I like to think of myself instead as more of a sociology ninja. I come into the end of projects and use my sociology skills and expertise in solving problems and making things happen. And basically writing bloody astounding reports that absolutely nobody will ever read. So it's a bit, I like to think of it a bit like tattoo fixers. You know that TV programme where people come in with crappy little tattoos they've had done on holiday when they've been pissed in Magaluf? And they want it covered up with something better. And the definition of better here coincides with the definition of free. So the tattooist says, I can cover that up with anything you want, so long as it's skulls and roses, and is pretty much black, and is about the size of Belgium. And that's pretty much what sociologists do. We get given a simple little job and we make a big fucking deal out of it. So I'm working on this clinical trial at the moment with the dentists, looking at the treatment of children's teeth. Now my boss has this crazy mad voodoo idea that drilling into children's baby teeth and filling them full of metal might not be the best thing for them. Now, this being a medical trial, we mean the best thing for the teeth. The rest of the child is obviously largely irrelevant. Because as any dentist will tell you, the problem's not so much the tooth, it's the person attached to it. So the science suggests that if you've got decay in a child's tooth, what you can do is you can seal it up, pop a crown on it, and not only can you save the tooth, but you can prevent all sorts of anxiety as far as the child is concerned. Nice idea, but this is a lot of... But for some dentists, this is a bit of a problem. You see, dentists are trained in disease. They're trained to hunt out the badness, dig it out, so they can go back to ignoring the healthy teeth. Healthy teeth are the irrelevant background of dentistry. And so they have a problem about letting the good and the bad touch. Because deep down in a lot of dentists, there's still that 14th century barber that has a kind of sideline in witchcraft and bloodletting and teeth yanking. Basically, dentists are trained to pump you with a needle, fill you full of numbness, and drill out the dirty. Oh. But as a sociologist, I'm trained into kind of collecting naturally occurring data. What we do is we have all sorts of tools for ensuring that whatever we do doesn't affect the people we're working with. Dentists, on the other hand, are more like, let's carve a hole in this old lady's head with a dental laser. It's far more hands-on approach, which, you know, to be fair, is pretty cool. And these people are the types who think it's quite normal to put their hand in a child's mouth. But it's been hard getting used to this departmental culture. Dentists have a very strict culture. They're quite conservative. And the notion of being a dentist and doing dentisty things and having a dentist's way of doing things is very important to them. So this kind of, as you can imagine, sometimes there's a bit of a mishmash with my strange pagan sociology ways and the one true religion, which is dentistry. I found myself getting in trouble just the other week because I used too much colour in one of my spreadsheets. And being dentists, they had to put a kind of working committee together. And they decided to perform an intervention. So they come into my office and they take me to one side and they go, Jason, we know you've been under a lot of stress recently. But just remember that little conversation we had. A little bit of colour at the top of your column headings adds a certain amount of joviality to your spreadsheet. And we do like people to be happy while they're reading your data. But we don't want to go crazy now. Remember our little motto, 25% grey, it's the dentist's way. We're not Americans after all. So, as a dentist, not as a dentist, as a sociologist working with dentists, I have dentist envy. So as a sociologist working with dentists, I'm interested in things like, how did we get to the stage where the mouth is legally, socially and professionally considered separate from the rest of the body? I don't answer that because I'm not prepared to look into it. It's just a nice little thought with a little comedy cul-de-sac. And this is why they won't let me play with the drills at work. In fact, I'm not allowed to play with any of the sharp objects. When I try, they keep going on about ethics, professional standards, and blah, blah, blah. But dentists are obsessed with counting and checklisting. And they have standards for everything which they can score on a nice kind of 5-point scale. And they have this obsession with forms, more than anywhere else I've ever worked in my life. They have a form for every occasion and a way for finding that form. And every form has a name, and every name has an abbreviation. And every form has to be mentioned at every meeting. I'm sure there's something else I should have said then, but I can't remember. So, I'm going to finish there. I'm not going to talk any more about forms. I'm going to say thank you very much indeed. You've been wonderful and very supportive. I've been Jason. You're great. Thank you.